Welcome, construction warriors and geology nerds. Today, we're diving into the most exciting topic in civil engineering, and I say that with absolutely zero sarcasm. Intermediate geomaterials, or as I like to call it, rock that identifies as soil, soil that identifies as rock, and the legal nightmares that follow. We're talking about the gray area of excavation, where contractors cry, engineers sigh, and lawyers, well, they're actually pretty happy about it. Buckle up, because we're about to navigate New Jersey's most confusing geology. And trust me, that's saying something in a state where we can't even pump our own gas. All right, let's get one thing straight. IGM is not a formal geologic unit. It's basically the engineering world's way of saying, we have no idea what to call this stuff. It's the material equivalent of non-binary, stronger than soil, weaker than rock, and absolutely refusing to fit into our neat little classification boxes. See that table? Soil behaves predictably. Rock behaves predictably. IGM? That's the zone of ambiguity and risk, which is engineers speak for, good luck, buddy. It's like the platypus of geology. Nobody knows what to do with it, but we all agree it exists, and it's weird. So where does this geological identity crisis come from? Picture this. You've got some perfectly respectable bedrock just minding its own business underground. Then, bam! Mother Nature hits it with the full makeover treatment. Chemical weathering, physical weathering, stress relief, groundwater drama. It's like a rock spa day, except instead of coming out refreshed, the rock comes out confused and structurally compromised. You end up with this vertical gradient from soil at the top to fresh rock at the bottom. And right there in the middle, that's your IGM, sitting awkwardly between its soil friends and rock family, not quite fitting in with either group. It's the geological equivalent of a middle child. Now let's talk about IGM's cousins at the family reunion. First, you've got saprolite. Completely decomposed, total softy, lost all its rock strength. This is the rock that gave up and became soil. No shame in that. Then there's weathered rock. Still got some fight left, maintains rock behavior. You can measure its RQD. Respectable. But IGM? Oh, IGM is the troublemaker. It has mixed behavior. It'll refuse your SPT test like it's tough, but then when you try to core it, crumbles like a cookie. You bring conventional excavation equipment, it laughs at you. You bring rock excavation methods, it's like, whoa, that's overkill. It's the Goldilocks material of geology, except nothing is ever just right. And here's where IGM goes from annoying geology to career-ruining nightmare. This stuff creates 5 critical risks, and they're all beauties. First, sampling and classification. SPT refusal lies to you. Core recovery is trash, and you can't trust anything. Second, foundation design. Is it going to hold? Will it settle? Who knows? Third, excavation. Will you need a shovel or dynamite? Good question. Fourth, slope stability. Those relict joints turn your nice cut into a game of Jenga. And fifth, groundwater behavior. It's got dual porosity, which means water goes wherever it wants, like a toddler in a grocery store. If you're not sweating yet, you're not paying attention. Here's where NJDOT gets smart. They said, you know what? We're not playing the geology game anymore. we're calling IGM a risk category. Mind blown. It's not about whether it's technically rock or soil. It's about whether it's going to make you cry during construction. Soft rock? Sure, it's weak, but at least it's predictable. You can apply rock mechanics, sleep well at night. IGM? Low predictability. It's like inviting chaos to your construction site and hoping it behaves. NJDOT basically said, if it's going to cause problems, we're calling it IGM. And honestly, that's the most New Jersey thing ever. So how do you investigate these troublemakers? Well, for IGM, you need a mixed approach. Soil borings here, spot coring there, a little prayer, maybe some sage burning. Your SPT often hits refusal, which tells you nothing useful. Core recovery? Poor to fair, like a bad report card. RQD values are low and misleading, double whammy. For soft rock, at least you can do continuous coring and get meaningful data. The RQD actually means something. And here's NJDOT's golden rule. If coring is attempted and rock fabric is intact but weak, it should be logged as rock, not IGM. Translation? Stop being lazy with your classifications, people. Let me give you the practitioner's cheat sheet that'll save your bacon. Ready? Soft rock. If it cores like rock and fails like rock, it's soft rock. Simple. Beautiful. Makes sense. IGM. If it refuses SPTs but won't core reliably, it's IGM. In other words, if your testing equipment is as confused as you are, congratulations, you've found IGM. It's the field equivalent of that philosophical question, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around, does it make a sound? Except here, it's, if a material refuses your test but won't give you data, is it even real? Let's put these two side by side and watch IGM absolutely dominate the risk categories, and not in a good way. Genesis? IGM is weathered bedrock, damaged goods. Continuity? Poor. Excavation predictability? Also poor. Foundation bearing? Highly uncertain, which is engineering code for guess and pray. Slope failure mode? Raveling and sloughing, which sounds like a bad skin condition. And here's the kicker. Contract risk. IGM is listed as high, while soft rock is just moderate. See that? That's the sound of lawyers' ears perking up and contractors' insurance premiums skyrocketing. Now let's talk about NJDOT's favorite party trick, unclassified excavation. The contract language is poetry. Excavation and management of material of whatever nature encountered. Translation: we're not telling you what's down there, but you're paying to dig it. Hard digging alone? Not a change condition. You need to prove a change in character of work, like needing pre-splitting that wasn't in the plans, or having to redesign slopes on the fly. So basically, NJDOT says, figure it out, contractor. And by the way, you assumed all the risk. It's like ordering a mystery meal at a restaurant, where you also have to cook it yourself. Your boring logs are basically detective evidence in the courtroom drama that is construction claims. Look at the IGM signature. Soil, decomposed bedrock, then boom! Split spoon refusal. RQD all over the place, 0 to 88%, like a moody teenager. That's your red flag screaming, Ambiguity ahead. Now look at the soft rock signature. High core recovery, RQD 88-100%. Very hard and slightly weathered basalt. That's predictability, baby. Clear as day. One says, "Good luck with that," while the other says, "You got this." If you're a contractor and you see that IGM signature, you better start documenting everything, or call your lawyer. Or both. Definitely both. All right, contractors, listen up. If you hit IGM and need to file a differing site condition claim, here's your survival guide. Step 1. Immediate written notice. And I mean immediate. Email the resident engineer before you even finish your coffee. Any costs before notice? You're eating those. Step 2. Preserve the condition. Don't touch anything. Let the engineers take selfies with the problem. Step 3. Establish your claim basis, Type 1 or Type 2. Show it's a change in character of work. Step 4. Quantify everything. Document costs, equipment time, your emotional suffering, and make sure you hit that $7,500 NJDOT threshold. Below that, they won't even read your email. And here's the big takeaway, folks. IGM is a signal of uncertainty, not just a weird rock type. For you designers and owners out there, explicitly describe IGM in your contract documents. Don't hide it under vague, weathered rock language like you're ashamed of it. Pre-bid disclosure saves lawsuits. For contractors, scrutinize those boring logs like they're your ex's social media. Look for IGM signatures. And remember, unclassified excavation doesn't mean you can't file a claim when the character of work actually changes. The final truth bomb. Mislabeling IGM as soft rock understates risk, invites claims, and leads to bad design. Proper identification is everything. And on that note, thanks for watching, and may your excavations be predictable and your RQD values be meaningful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own IGM horror stories in the comments.